Before we get into this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more crazy Reddit stories. The first story was posted on the entitled People subreddit.
Hey everyone, I just had to get this off my chest. I had the most bizarre encounter at the park today, and I still can't believe it happened. I was enjoying a peaceful afternoon stroll through the park, soaking in the sunshine and the serenity around me. As I walked, I noticed this woman sitting on a bench, engrossed in her phone, completely oblivious to her surroundings. Let's call her Emily. I didn't think much of it and continued on my way, until I heard Emily's loud voice pierce through the tranquility of the park. She was talking on the phone, ranting about her latest drama with her friends, completely unconcerned about the people around her. I tried to ignore her and focus on enjoying my walk, but Emily had other plans. She abruptly ended her call and stood up, blocking the path ahead of me. I politely asked if I could pass, but she just gave me this dismissive look and turned away as if I didn't even exist. Feeling slightly irritated, I tried to maneuver around her, but Emily wasn't done yet. She started pacing back and forth, talking to herself loudly about her problems, as if she were the only person in the park. At this point, I couldn't help but feel annoyed. I mean, who does that? It's like she thought the whole park revolved around her and her personal dramas. But it didn't stop there. As I walked away, I overheard Emily approaching another unsuspecting parkgoer and launching into the same self-centered monologue about her life. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. I couldn't help but shake my head in disbelief. Some people truly have no sense of common courtesy or awareness of others. It's a shame that their egocentric behavior can ruin an otherwise peaceful day at the park.
The second story was posted on the same subreddit. Hey everyone, I just witnessed a perfect example of instant karma, and I had to share it here. This happened just a couple of hours ago, and I'm still buzzing with excitement. So, I was driving home from work, stuck in the usual rush hour traffic. As I was patiently waiting my turn to merge into the next lane, I noticed this flashy sports car zooming past everyone in the emergency lane. Let's call the driver Alex. Alex was honking aggressively, flashing their headlights, and basically acting like they owned the road. It was clear that they thought the rules didn't apply to them. But as they sped past me, I couldn't help but notice a police car parked a few cars ahead. Karma was about to strike, and boy, did it strike hard. Just as Alex thought they were getting away with their entitled behavior, the police car's lights flashed, and they pulled out behind Alex, sirens blaring. I couldn't help but grin, as Alex's expression shifted from smugness to sheer panic. I watched with satisfaction as the police officer pulled Alex over to the side of the road. It was like watching justice being served right before my eyes. I rolled down my window just in time to hear the officer giving Alex the stern lecture about reckless driving and the consequences of their actions. Alex tried to argue, but it was clear that they had been caught red-handed. As the officer wrote up the ticket, Alex sat there, defeated, realizing that their sense of entitlement had finally caught up with them. I couldn't resist giving the officer a thumbs up. As I drove past, feeling a sense of vindication, it was so satisfying to see someone who thought they were above the law get put in their place. The next story is from the same subreddit. Dear fellow Redditors, gather round for a tale of epic proportions. Settle in, because this story is a roller coaster ride you won't soon forget. It all began on a dreary Monday morning, in the heart of the bustling city. I was on my way to work, lost in thought, when I stumbled upon a scene straight out of a nightmare, the wild Karen, in her natural habitat. She stood there, with her signature "I need to speak to the manager" haircut and a skull that could curdle milk. It was clear from the get-go that she was on a mission to spread her brand of entitlement far and wide. I watched in awe as Karen stormed into a nearby cafe, her heels clacking against the pavement like a war drum. It was as if the very ground trembled beneath her feet. Such was the force of her entitlement. Without a second thought, I followed in her wake. drawn by morbid curiosity and a sense of impending doom. Little did I know, I was about to witness a showdown of epic proportions. Karen wasted no time in making her demands known, barking orders at the poor barista like a drill sergeant from hell. She demanded her coffee be exactly 132 degrees Fahrenheit, her pastry precisely 3.5 inches in diameter, and her napkin folded into the shape of a swan. But the barista, bless their soul, remained calm in the face of the storm, offering Karen a warm smile and a sincere apology for any inconvenience. But Karen wasn't having it. She ranted and raved, her voice rising to a crescendo as she demanded to see the manager. And that's when Karma decided to make an appearance. As if on cue, the cafe owner emerged from the kitchen, a beacon of calm in the storm of Karen's fury. With a gentle but firm hand, he ushered Karen aside and began to address her concerns with the patience of a saint. But instead of caving to her demands, he did something truly remarkable. He offered Karen a free coffee and pastry on the house, along with a heartfelt apology for any inconvenience she may have experienced. But there was a catch. He kindly asked Karen to treat his staff with the respect they deserved and to remember that kindness costs nothing. Karen's face turned a shade of red I didn't know was possible. She spluttered and stammered, unable to come up with a coherent response. And then, in a moment of sheer poetic justice, the owner gently but firmly escorted Karen to the back of the line, where she stood, humbled and defeated, waiting for her turn like the rest of us. As I watched Karen slink away, tail between her legs, I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. Justice had been served, and karma had come knocking in the most glorious of ways. So, the next time you encounter a Karen in the wild, just remember kindness, patience, and a healthy dose of karma are powerful weapons indeed. The next story is from the same subreddit. Settle in, Redditors, because I've got a tale that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. This is the story of Karen, not your typical entitled Karen, but a woman who learned the hard way that actions have consequences. It all began on a typical Tuesday afternoon at the local supermarket. I was navigating the aisles, minding my own business, when I overheard a commotion up ahead. Intrigued, I followed the sound to find Karen, hair in disarray, eyes blazing with fury, and a cart piled high with groceries. Karen was engaged in a heated argument with the cashier, accusing him of overcharging her for a carton of eggs. Her voice echoed through the store, drawing the attention of shoppers and staff alike. As I watched from a safe distance, I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy for the cashier, who remained calm and composed despite Karen's tirade. But just when it seemed like the situation couldn't escalate any further, Karen reached across the counter and swiped at the cashier's hand, knocking over a display of canned goods in the process. That was the last straw. Security was called, and Karen was escorted out of the store, kicking and screaming all the way. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of letting Karen's behavior ruin his day, the cashier, let's call him Mark, decided to turn the negative experience into a positive one. The next day, Mark posted about the incident on social media, sharing his perspective on the encounter and urging others to practice kindness and patience in the face of adversity. The response was overwhelming. Messages of support poured in from all corners of the internet, with many praising Mark for his grace under pressure. But the most surprising response came from Karen herself, and a heartfelt apology posted on the store's website. Karen admitted that she had let her frustration get the best of her and expressed remorse for her actions. She thanked Mark for his professionalism and kindness, acknowledging that she had been in the wrong and vowing to do better in the future. And so, dear Redditors, this story serves as a reminder that even the most entitled among us are capable of change. It's never too late to learn from our mistakes and strive to be better versions of ourselves. As for Karen, well, I like to think that her journey is just beginning, a journey towards redemption and enlightenment, guided by the power of empathy and understanding. Thank you all for watching. Comment some more subreddits I should explore for my next video. Remember to like and subscribe for more content like this.